Hi everybody, this is James with another stock update. This one is on Brewbilt Brewing Company. They sell canned ale and lagers. This one is at like what, 3/10,000ths of a cent. Absolutely in the cellar. Very sad story. Quick look at a 1-year chart. These people were at 50 cents. I thought they were going to be brewing some beer. I guess people saw some evidence in the last year that things were going to go okay, allowing this thing to get up to 50 cents. What I'm about to show you will make you wonder why they thought that. But that's a 1-year chart. Here's a 1-month chart. That might be a short getting out at the end. The price probably went up 5 times over again yesterday. Or yeah, looks like it was yesterday, the 28th. Must have been a short getting out. There might be a couple more of those getting out. You might be able to have some fun with this one on the way out. But Brewbilt Brewing Company is a money-losing machine. Their income statement reads like a horror story. They bring in about $300,000 a month, $340,000, $477,000. I'm sorry, for a year. That's a whole year's worth. And this is how much money they lose in a year. 6.5 million. They lost 11 million. They lost 10 million. They're just going through millions. Here in 2018, it looks like they might have turned a profit, but they didn't. They did a decent amount of sales, $800,000, very notable. But their net income was $7 million. I'm not sure where that came from. It's not revenue, so maybe they got some investment money and they had to declare it as income. Might have been a private sale or something. Initially, they did a little bit of revenue, and they only lost, look, net income. They lost $65,000, and they sold $775,000 worth of product. This is what their balance sheet could have looked like. I would imagine in 2017, they proved to themselves, they proved to me, that they can sell $770-something thousand worth of beer in a year and only lose $65,000. They probably should have stayed with whatever little recipe they had going on, because they're maybe getting close to a profit. But as we hit 2019, you can tell that maybe they just abandoned all hope. How do you sell $500,000 worth of brew and spend $10 million and then do it again and then do it again and then end up owing people a bunch of money? These are their vendors, their unpaid bills, $100,000 in assets, $9.69 million in liabilities. They knocked it down to $4.8 million in liabilities in 2021. Hopefully they knocked it down more. Maybe they wanted to pay people off before they went under. Seems like the whole thing was a little pre-planned. Some vendors, maybe they wanted to save because they want to go open up another brewing company under another name and take that one public. That way they can continue to spend $10 million a year and, keep the Porsche and the big stock options. And what did anyone see in this income statement? Last year, the year before it, it was, to be 50 cents a share last year. It's kind of unbelievable. I guess people thought that this was going to turn around. I don't know why. You usually would look for some evidence. I was checking out their website. This is their website, Independent Craft Lagers and Ales. Nice cans. Company, brewery, beers, contact. Got a decent little web design. This is the team. Jeff Lewis, the CEO. Well, we know they can spend $10 million a year. These are the two that put all that money in their pockets. 117 million outstanding shares. I don't know how many they got for Christmas presents. Probably a good amount. I don't really like companies like this. They manage to sell just a little bit of something to keep you guessing, you know? And they put out press releases like crazy to make you think that stuff's happening, but it's not. The revenue just stayed flat all the way through. It's like for 3 years they didn't go out and sell one more can. They probably had the same number of vendors, probably the same people ordering the same beer, same stores, same restaurants, a small little knit group. And they took in, oh gosh, just on their lost money in those 4 years, that must have been 30 or $40 million of investor money lost. Yeah, it's just kind of outrageous. The revenue never ever got better. Usually I like to look and see all the press releases and all the promises of distribution agreements and kind of do more of an expose type of a video. Those are fun. However, they're getting kind of boring. I'm just seeing too many of them. This penny stock world, this one's still a high volume flyer. Maybe because of the short guy got out. Maybe that's why the volume went so crazy. But something to look for with these dead ones. Somebody could call the company and see if they actually will sell you some beer. They might still have some in stock. Usually you use a cannery. Those two guys I showed you, they probably work in a little office. And back in 2018, they realized that they didn't really have to make the beer anymore. Because obviously when they made the beer in 2017, they turned a little bit of almost turned a profit. They stayed within bounds. It was rational. But then in 19, it looks like they went with a cannery where they just do a PowerPoint label of their beer can, send it over to the canner, and they will inject the beer in the cans, and they will do all the work. So you don't need any employees if you're in the beer business. You can just hire a company to bottle that stuff up for you. It's just very expensive. Instead of producing it for a quarter a can or 20 cents a can or like you could out of your garage, the cannery, they want a couple of bucks a can. You end up paying a lot more for your beer. Your margins are ruined. I'm seeing this a lot in the beverage category. These people, I don't know. I don't want to hire a few kids and keep them on payroll to make the beer, and they could have really done something special here. Looks like they had a decent revenue from day one, come out of the gates looking great, and then just torch the company, torch the stockholders, tens of millions of dollars flushed down the drain to bring us the same amount of beer that you brought us. It's upsetting. I don't know. I hope you didn't lose money in this one. If you did, sorry. Maybe you can get back at them, though. There might be another short squeeze coming. A lot of people don't even know they own these stocks. So you wake up, you find out about your short position. Oh, they finally went out of business. Oops, got to sell it. You better hurry up and do it, though, before they shut the doors and delist this thing. Could be any day now. The website's still up. I guess they're still paying the hosting bill. I would expect that to not be up soon. I think they only had $50,000 left, something like that. Not very much money. Not enough to pay for their next order. I don't think they can get more credit. With 117 million outstanding shares, I don't think they can dilute 3 10,000ths of a penny. I don't think you can dilute that any further. Their best bet is to take all those millions of dollars they made and go start another one. Name it something different. You could probably still use the same cannery. Hopefully you paid the bill. Anyway, just another upsetting penny stock. Stay away from this one. Do your homework. You could have seen this coming early on, 2018, 2019, at the latest. You should have known not to mess with this place. money-losing machines are money-losing machines. There's no reason to use a cannery once you see the cost going up like that in proportion to revenue. And when the more revenue they do, the more they lose. When you see a few clues like that, you know what's going on. And you do a little homework. Their headquarters where those two guys work is probably in a different state than the cannery. You can get a few clues as to what's going on. If they're using one of those things, they're paying retail for their product, and then they're having to sell it for more than retail, wholesale, to somebody to sell it to retail. It's very, very confusing. You end up with a $9 or $13 beer, if anyone's taking it at all, and it's not very attractive on a menu. Meanwhile, your competition is selling the beers for $3 a can. You're paying $3 a can at your cannery. It's not a way to make money. In fact, it's just a way to, they probably learned early on that they didn't need to make the beer. And if they didn't make the beer, they could just sell shares all day long. And they had 117 million of them to sell. That probably kept them plenty busy. And they kept the customers that they worked hard for in 2017. They hung on to a lot of those people. That's probably the story here. This is, I don't know. This is the bad side of capitalism. Thank you. I'm James. Please like and subscribe. I'll do more videos for you. I appreciate your time. Thank you.